today paid off. We got the rest of the base on. I've shot all of my half a quart of paint on it, and we didn't gain much weight. 7/10 of an ounce is all I gained by shooting all that base on there. Now this looks pretty blue, but it's not blue, it's tinted clear. So it's going to take, it'll take half a quart, which the way that works out means it'll be a half a pint, and I'll go ahead and re-thin that so I got enough to shoot, and 1 coat of light blue, and that's it. So now my job is to go around with 600, get all, or whatever it takes, 600, 320, 400, it doesn't matter. We need to make it smooth. And then I'm going to hit it with 1000 grit before the actual color goes down. Now, if you listen here, especially right here where I put that scab on there, a little rough, but just smooth it out. I don't want to take any of the paint off, I just want to smooth it out. Really not ready to sand, but should wait a day to do this. But we're going to press on. We're going to get this thing colored probably by Monday. I say I'm going to take my time on this kind of stuff, but I never do. I just blaze through it. What's the difference? How long it takes you to do it, as long as it's done right. I don't have anything better to do than sand, so go for it. Yeah, hello. Right now is this is basically the final sand out before the paint goes on it. This is the primer. And I'm pretty happy with it. It's pretty happy with it. Still ain't figured out what I'm going to do for a canopy yet. That might be where the pearl gets on it. Now just keep from sanding through anywhere. So I'll hit it with 600 here, and when I get smooth with that, we'll hit it with 1000 grit, and then it'll be ready to paint. It's probably going to take a day to get it ready to paint. That's smooth. See, you can see that there ain't no paint on this thing. It's pretty light blue. But that's okay. That's all it needs to be on it. Just enough to when you set it on the ground that you can't see through it. But when it's in the air, you can see through it. It's the only way you're going to build a light airplane. No paint. Yeah, we're going to need 320 on that line, I think. 400 anyway. I was just talking to John before I started this stream. They were talking about Bad Chad and his Bondo buggy. I was just about ready to go watch him work on his oil can when, oh shit, it's 7 o'clock. It's my time. So it's in queue. We'll watch Bad Chad and his Bondo bomb when I finish this hour up. So what you want to do when you get this, like I say, this is my primer. There is no primer on this airplane. It's all dope. You want to sand out any of the buggers, and we'll get ready for a color coat. Hopefully I can get them all, and I don't have to do it after the first color coat. Sando. You gotta have some paint on it to sand. You can't sand nothing. Yeah, this tip turned out good. So this hour is going to be sanding. If you got any questions, you can get them in. I'll answer the questions. Other than that, sit back and enjoy the action, as Billy would say. Which there ain't no action. It's boring as hell. The whole damn thing. I'm going to hit it with this 600. We're just moving too slow. I'm going to hit it with this 400. Then we'll go back over it with 600. Then go over it with 1,000 grit and get it ready for spraying. Of course, wipe it off with ATX. Oh, crap. What do you think? Is it getting blue? It will be blue. Shiny blue. So I mix up the paint and get ready to paint, put it in the paint gun. I start painting. It spurts out a white turd. Where do you think it goes? Outboard top, right there. Ain't no big deal, but just just the way it goes. I mean, something's going to screw up. It's going to be right where everybody can see it. So you make sure to draw attention to it. But that'll go away. That'll go away. Went away. You can call it the Blue Bayou. Yeah, the Blue Bayou. Yeah, that'd be good. It's actually simply blue. We're still on target. I doubt it'll be 48. But it'll be 50 or just above. I took 10 grams out of the cow today. I ground out all that shit I put in there, the flooring and all that crap. I get to swinging that cow. Man, that thing's heavy. So, took it out. Listen to this. It ain't perfect, but it's close. I found a couple little things I ain't going to tell you about. I just can't build a perfect one. That was good. Where's my little pad? There it is. Get my little pad out here. Of course, you can't see what I'm doing if I do that. I guess I could go on the other side where the camera is. Show you how I get all these funky areas. That's 400. So this is the 4. We'll put the 4 there and the 320 here. So it's got to go 320, 400, 600,000. I just had, there it is. I just had the damn thing in my hand. Okay. Now I get these awkward. I just move wherever I got to move to get the sanding right. Rest it on its nose, except you won't be able to see that either. There we go, right there. I'm not sure you can hear that or not, but there's a lot of grit on that. We'll keep sanding until that noise goes away. And guys, this is how you get a shiny airplane. It ain't by adding the paint, it's by sanding it off. It'll be a whole lot lighter too. Okay, that's 320. Let's see if I can. I'll just finish sanding with 320 and then come back with the 400 and the 600. Do the whole airplane 320 and then 400, 600. This is going to take some time. But we're not going to add much weight now because I'm not doing a major primary color change like I did on the last one where I painted everything white and then painted orange over the top of it. Now it's just trim colors. It'll be fine. It'll be light. Go on. Okay, let's sand the other side. And we'll sand this side. Seeing as I'm right-handed, we'll just turn it over. Nope. And get a new piece of paper. It'll be all right still. No, not really. Move it, I guess. Yeah, let's move it. Now you're looking, I'm sanding it with a block. If you're looking for any shinies, any of the shinies, you got to sand out. It knocks half the paint off of it. But remember, we're out of base, so we're done painting base. I'm not gonna mix up more base, just be painting base. Whatever it is what it is. But to this state right here, it took 29 days, not even a month, and we're good to go. Of course, I worked on a little more than an hour a day like I used to, but it's good to be back in the swing of things again. That hour a day was a killer. But I did make progress. I built 5 or 6 big stunt ships while I was there in the closet. Definitely built a few. Gonna be 7 colors of blue. The next blue that goes down is this Bama blue, and then a navy blue, and then be 2 or 3 intermediate colors. I might use some silver on it. The dreaded silver. There won't be much silver. Nothing that I got to tape over. Silver's the worst. Yep, I ain't picking it up. I ain't bending over to pick it up. Yeah, mix ratio on this blue is 656 grams of insignia white, 38 grams of insignia blue. And that'll get you this color. And that was just done by, yeah, that looks about right. You can go back and look at my mixing. I knew that if I went any farther, it'd be dark blue. You know, I think our 51 Chevy was this color blue with a dark emerald green top. I mean, it was dark. So I won't feel bad about using green for the canopy. Might have some orange trim on it too. I got to get the orange in there. I mean, when I'm looking at the color wheel, blue, I mean, orange is straight across from orange. I got to have that wow factor. We're not going to sand with 320 on the staff. No need. Must be working because my hands are starting to tingle. And I don't even have any xylene in this, so there must be adding something in this. Now listen real close. Hear how rough that is? We'll get it smooth as a baby's butt. So that noise went away, basically. The shiny spot right there. Remember, this is where I cut it open, the patch job. You will not be able to tell when it's done. That's a bummer right there. We gotta flatten that out. That is no good. Let me get a puff. Get a puff of the old puffer while I contemplate what's going on here. 28 ounces is where we're at. I wish it was 18 ounces. But wishing one hand and shit in the other, what do you get? A pile of shit. The way it goes. There it is. Didn't take much to clean up. Got it. Yay. It's on the bottom, but everybody judges look at that shit. The model as presented. Fillets came out real nice on this. Of course, it took 3 tries. Fillets weighed 7/10 of an ounce. So 2.8 times 7, it gives you the how many grams. 3 sevens is 21, so about 18 or 19 or 20 grams. But it was worse with that Cal rigmarole I had. Like I said, I took 10 grams out of that. Weight just started coming up. Well, where the hell is this coming from? So we need to get this right here. You're going to hear big time crunching right there. Because I redid that area because the seam. Okay. Well, thank you, Fred. It doesn't have the big fillet, the cool fillet areas, but that was pretty typical all my Vipers. But I'm gonna leave one off and see if it makes a change. Well, I may not like the way it flies and go back and put them on. Wing chines. Believe it or not, F-14 had chines right on the leading edge. As the wing swept back on the tennis court, there was a little tiny retractable chine. It would go in and out on a pivot. Hydraulic movement. I don't know what it did. I just know they were there. I had to paint them before. On a military airplane, everything is painted green. What the hell was the name of that primer? It's zinc chromate primer. Everything's painted green first. The bottom of the airplane's white. The top of the airplane's gray. And for the camouflage lines, you just go along and whatever looks good to you. Then all the movable surfaces, between the movable surfaces, where you might get your fingers smashed, is painted red. So leading and trailing edge of the wing. Then all the letters and insignias are all stenciled on. They're not painted with a brush. They're painted with spray, but they're all taped out. You know, we have a formula. There was a correct formula for doing stars and bars and the squadron markings and lettering for pilots' names and stuff. Then they were numbered with black. Okay, so we got to get this spot right here. There is a spot right there. It's a big one. A big one. So basically what you're doing with painting an airplane like this, you're chasing the flaws. Because I'll get all the flaws sanded out of this, put another coat on it, and you think, well, it's going to be perfect. Now, when you get it done with that, to be, oh, look at that one. Then you got to go back and fix that one, and you just keep chasing the flaws. And when you're done, when you're tired of chasing, that's when the paint job's over, or you're out of paint, one. Now, I got a gallon of clear, but just because I got it doesn't mean I got to paint it. Use it. Now, right, Kenny? Ain't no way I'd put a gallon of clear on this airplane. But there are some that would. You want that big, deep shine. As long as it's shiny, it's close enough. Well, I got that out of there. Oh, there's a little spot right there. Got a spot. Okay, let's do this wing now. The plans will be available next week, right, Steve? I know you're watching. I really can't push him too hard. He's doing it for nothing. Now listen to this. You can hear. I can hear it or feel it. And be real careful. This is 320. It's not 600. So I'll come back with 400 next. Then 6, then 1,000. We are almost, we're 45 minutes in. How time flies when you're doing nothing. At this stage, there's no sense in rushing it. I want to get all the buggers fixed, because if I don't, that means extra paint. And I want to try to hit that 30-ounce mark. It'll be very difficult. I would imagine it's going to be 32. It's got to be realistic. I just don't have the wood. I did good for what I had. Well, you got the heat cranked up now. Boy, it's hotter than hell in here. That's why I reshaped that wingtip and I put that extra piece of tissue on there. Okay, that's good. However, I dug out the all the superfill and all that stuff out of here and the base plate, but I did leave the long sections in, so when you look at it from the side, it doesn't look like a gaping hole. That'll add a little interest to the thing. Remember, you got to sand it whether it needs it or not. Flatten it out. I think a couple of weeks ago I was milling this lumber in my garage. Now we got an airplane. Okay, open hand, sand this open bay. We got 12 minutes left. You don't really have to grind on these open bays. You just need to knock the marbles off. There's no wood grain to sand out, so. I think I'm gonna have to open the window again. Whew. 10 minutes. Ten minutes, and then I can take a break. We got about 350 hours of labor in this so far. That'd be a lot of days at an hour a day. I figure a finish takes about 100 hours. Get a piece of 400 and see how good it's going to clean up. Now 400 would probably be good enough to paint, but we're going to go down to 1,000 because I want to get. We're going to have to wait on 1,000. It'll load up big time. Not dry. I want it to go on as smooth as possible, like plastic. It's one of them patches there. That'll fix this. Perfect. Perfect sand out. Okay, let's flip it over and hit it with 400. We gotta do the back half. There's a shiny line. I doubt you can see it. Remember where I told you I sanded through this tissue right here? So I put a piece of tissue on it. There's a shiny line in the transition. I need to sand that out. I mean, if I put the color on, it'll probably go away, but I'd like to not see it right now. We had a bugger right there we need to sand out. First we'll hit it with 320. I might have to put some superfill in here, which I normally do, but I didn't on this model to try to save on weight. Before I go to bed tonight, I'll probably take my finger and smear some superfill in that transition so it makes a nice smooth transition. She's just starting to pick up a shine. I see it on camera. There ain't no paint on it yet. Yeah, maybe no superfill. It's low right there. Yeah, we're gonna have to have something. Either that or acro. Maybe acro. Well, we got 2 minutes left. Got quite a ways in the sanding process. I'll sand. Haven't eaten dinner yet. I'll sand after dinner and try to get her ready for color for tomorrow. But if it ain't ready, it won't go to color. I'll be just adding paint to be adding paint. But otherwise, she looks pretty good. Got nice classic lines to it. And the nice thing about it is when you go like this or go like that, there's no resistance because there's no weight, no inertia. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I mean, I do the best I can. I need some kid to help me. Some kid who wants to learn how to build these. Oh, shoot. Like, subscribe, share, and I will see you tomorrow. Probably pretty early this time. Fair winds, tight lines. See ya. Keep sanding.